This is Stephen Beschloss with America, America.
And I'm Mark Jacob with the Stop the Presses newsletter.
And this is On Target. This week, we're going to focus on the sabotage, I would say the criminality, arguably the coup that is going on in the United States government right now, thanks to Elon Musk with the support of Donald Trump and Elon Musk's collection of 20 something engineers and miscreants, if I can say exactly what we're facing here. And we're focusing in on several different stories that are important because they've helped to expose what's happening, both in terms of the accessing of government records, the computer systems, accessing the payment system of the United States Treasury that's responsible for payments of trillions of dollars, gaining control over the computer systems of the Office of Personnel Management and the General Services Administration. All of this, which allows Elon Musk and his team to gain access to a treasure trove of millions of sensitive records of federal employees and others without any legal ability to do so. And here's the thing. He's been doing it on the weekends. They've been doing it behind closed doors. And this is where we count on the free press to do its job to help us, not only to know that this is happening, but also to help us to know what it means. And I want to say we wanted to emphasize three stories. One is an important story from Wired magazine, which documented the individuals who've been involved in working with Elon Musk. And that's important too. There was a Reuters story that was the first to sort of detail the locking out of workers from the Office of Personnel Management. And then also a story from the New York Times, which did a very detailed and wide ranging reporting on USAID, the Foreign Agency of Development, which brought in 13 writers and reporters to be able to, in essence, explain what the consequences are of Elon Musk's desire, obviously with Trump's backing, to destroy USAID, which he's called a criminal organization, and claimed that he's already put it into, quote unquote, the wood chipper.
Yeah,
As you can see, Mark, I'm a little bit wound up.
Stephen. Yeah, well, the thing is, nobody elected Elon Musk to anything, and nor his acolytes. And USAID was created by Congress with
By
J. F.
John F. Kennedy in
Kennedy's
1961.
idea, and Congress created the agency and funded it, and it's been funded ever since. It's not, and I think you and I both care about poor kids overseas who need food. But even if you're like one of these horrible Republican people who don't give a crap about stuff like that, you ought to care about us, the United States, winning hearts and minds in other
Right.
countries and having influence in other countries and have making friends instead of making enemies all the time.
Yeah.
And and this is just appalling, and it's also illegal. He's not allowed to do this. I mean, nobody decided that Elon Musk could put a federal agency in the wood chipper now, except for him and Donald Trump. And Trump doesn't have the authority to do this. I mean,
Right. An
people.
executive order doesn't allow him to oversee, rather override the power of the purse, which is only in the control of Congress.
That one of the most insidious things that's going on now is how the government. I mean, the government is always. You should be skeptical of stuff you hear reported by the U.S. government. We're American citizens. We should be skeptical because that's part of democracy. But they're actively lying to us now on almost everything, and so that makes a free press super important. In fact, it's the only way we're going to find out any of this stuff. They didn't come out and announce it. I mean, right now, even like the NTSB reporting on the crash in DC, they've announced that the only way that they're going to issue any press releases is through X. is through
Yeah,
Elon Musk's Twitter. So,
yeah,
so in effect, they're like bringing Twitter into the government. This
yeah.
is this is appalling, and we should all be extremely alarmed.
Yeah, and Elon Musk has made a point of calling the reporting on his team of 20 something amateur engineers in some cases. In one case, there's somebody who's a high school graduate, he hasn't even gone on to college yet, and he's got control over some of these government systems. And Musk is saying that the detailing of this information about these people is criminal,
Right.
that it amounts to a criminal violation of their rights. Meanwhile, what happened to cybersecurity laws? What happened to what happened to what we had assumed were government systems that wouldn't allow a private system who is not elected by anybody to come in and take control of these systems?
And some very good government workers who tried to stop this from happening got suspended. They got sent home when they tried to protect our information from this private sector invader. It's and again, we like to concentrate on the news media and how it's reporting in this time of crisis, and it's doing okay right now, and it's got to keep it up because we're not going to find out anything from our own government.
Yeah, I mean, this is a time where the free press has never been more important. It's been important in all of these years, but now we really are in a crisis, and I think it's the obligation of as many news organizations to do what they can. And it's I think it's not only the detailing of what's happening. I think it's also, and I think you and I are among a growing population of independent journalists, independent media who understand the need to advocate for much more aggressive action on the part of the Democrats and the part of the Congress to be able to withstand what's happening.
Yeah, and it's we're in a terrible situation because Republicans are all lapdogs virtually, and they're not going to stop Trump. They don't. They just have given up. They've just put their ethics and morals in in a lockbox or something. But Democrats can be loud. They can obstruct, and
Yeah,
they can slow it up. We don't need to see Democrats voting for Trump's nominees for the cabinet. I mean
right.
that's ridiculous in today's atmosphere. I mean, why is that happening?
Yeah. We need obstruction, we need opposition, and it's not simply going before a microphone and saying this is a bad thing. Maybe it needs to be stopping these confirmation hearings, for
Right.
one.
Yeah. Well, it's a tough time, and we're going to be watching it.
We're gonna
And boy, we need the press to be good.
Yeah. Thank you, Mark. See you next
Thank you,
time.
Stephen.